Good morning. I'm pretty sure this is the third video this week, which considering that I think my last videos were 4 and 7 months ago, I'm treating you. Anyway, following on from the whole Pokemon thing, I thought I'd discuss a little bit about Pokemon and how I've kind of been not making money. So the deal is I want to collect Pokemon and I want to get all the way from base set to Skyridge. I want to complete them all, and I want to get Hidden Fates, and I want the new second Shiny Vault thing that's coming out in January or February or something in 2021. I want those, and I want them for free. And if at the end of all this I can walk away from Pokemon and have not spent any money, well, I mean, I owe myself like $4.5 now. I spent like $1,000 in the last 2 days buying various cards that I need to finish off stuff, but like if I can walk away from the hobby with those collections completed and I can make all the money back so that I'm at like £0, you know what I mean? I don't want to profit, but I also don't want to spend any of my money on these things. I want to walk away from everything and just be like, look what I've got, and it didn't cost me anything. That's the aim. And I've been doing various things over the last year to kind of do that, which is entering raffles, which is a bit of a dodgy one. There's a lot of raffle groups on Facebook in England where people do like a couple of numbers for a couple of pounds. Certainly I've done a couple of raffles that were like £25 a ticket and won some big Charizard stuff off that, which is great because otherwise it would have cost me hundreds of pounds. And yeah, generally just finance the hobby without spending any money, which in some ways becomes kind of half scalping. Like I mentioned before, I'm sat on like 90 sealed Hidden Fates tins. So yeah, some people are a little bit iffy about that. I personally, I mean, there's a good chance that I could crack those tins looking for Charizard. I might not be selling them for profit. I just don't know. But I thought I'd talk about the way that I've been essentially making money or financing, collecting recently, which is PSA. So I've been focusing heavily since the reprint of Hidden Fates. I've been focusing heavily on the Hidden Fates Shiny Vault. I've got, I don't know where it is. It's here. I've got most of the Shiny Vault. I've got a couple of things on the way to me in the post. If it isn't Tropical Islands, that's also on the list of things to complete. But I've been collecting, as you can see, oh my days. And I've got a couple of gaps there. I've got Charizard and I've got Espeon missing. And other than that, the other cards are on the way to me, and I've got the Rayquaza on the way to me as well. So I don't really care for the trainers and stuff. And then this is just a binder full of like EXs and holofoils and stuff from back in the day. That was not an aesthetically pleasing angle, was it? But yeah, I've been collecting Hidden Fates. So when I've been cracking tins for Charizard, if I get any full arts, I've then been taking the full arts. I'm like, well, I might as well grade them, because a full art raw might be worth like 20, 30, 40 quid, but PSA 10, they're worth like 100 and something. So for the sake of £9 and months worth of time investment, I pay £9 per card, and the value it adds to those cards is more than £9. So I'll show you what I'm sending to PSA. I'll talk about what I've already sent to PSA that I'm waiting on back, and I'll talk about why I've done that and stuff. And there's been some interesting things that have happened in the Pokemon community since I sent some cards to PSA, so we'll talk about that as well. So first of all, you can see I opened one packet of Darkness Ablaze and I got a Charizard VMAX, so that went straight off. I won a Gold Star Charizard in not amazing condition, but I got that eBay for like £80. I've got 5 of the basic Charizards, and I've got a Venus and a Blastoise, a Venusaur and a Blastoise. I've got a Tapu Koko from Hidden Fates. I've got the Shining stuff. I got loads of Shining stuff. I was picking Shining stuff up at like £4 or £5 a card, and they rocketed, so that's cool. And then I submitted this month. I opened a couple of Elite Trainer boxes. I opened 3 Elite Trainer boxes of Champion's Path, and I got the Rainbow Rare Charizard VMAX. I've got 3 of the promos from those Elite Trainer boxes that I've opened. I've got the Hidden Fates promo Charizards. I've got Futsal Eevee, and I've just got Shiny Vault full arts. And then if we come over to this is a binder full of cards that I'm keeping for the future because I just feel like they're going to be worth money. They're only worth like a couple of pounds now, some of them. I mean, obviously there's some that are worth a bit more. They're my spares from the Shiny Vault. As you can tell, I've been opening an amount of tins. Loads and loads of tins. Yes, lots and lots and lots of tins. Guzma, I've only got one of him. He's part of the Shiny Vault. I'm not necessarily fussed for it. I just like the Pokemon. But this is also stuff that I've got that will probably eventually get graded because these Charizards were like €4 or something. And I was like, well, what's the point? I don't know if these are ever going to go in value. Probably not. This Magikarp, the Shining Magikarp seems to go up. And these are on my list of things to send off eventually. The only problem being that I am getting to the point now where I am having way too many cards sent. So I'm already sending 20 cards to PSA this month. Obviously, it's £9 a card. So the layout that you've got to put is what? 20 cost me like 180 quid, which is a little intense. But these are what I've been considering sending. Basically, if you don't know, in Hidden Fates, Charizard and Charmeleon, Charizard is the big one, so Charmeleon and Charmander have picked up money and traction just because of that, so they're worth grading. This Leafeon and Darkrai worth grading. These are the Hidden Fates tin promo Charizards. So raw, they sell for about £5. Obviously, they come free in tins when you open them, and if you grade it and get a PSA 10, which if you look at the centre of that, I'm definitely not going to get a PSA 10. They're worth £130. If you get like a PSA 6, 7, 8, they're worth like 60, 70, 80. So if you take this card that I essentially got for free, you could sell it for a £5, or you could spend £14. Oh, sorry, not even £14, but you spend £9 turning it from a £5 card, so a £14 initial cost, say, into 50, 60, 70 pounds. So the more of these I can get, the better. Obviously more. You've just seen the binder there, I've got different copies of those. They're worth varying amounts of money. This is, look at that, look at the centre of that card, that is hella miscut. I feel like it's going to be worth a lot of money when I get it graded, so that's obviously going. I think when I send them this time, look, initially they were worth £2 or €2 or something. I can't remember where I was trying to sell them, but I sold a bunch of them and I really wish I hadn't. But the centre on those is really like not great. Really, but there's so many of them, so I won't be sending all these just because there's too many. Like this time, you know, like I say, if you consider it £9 each, I probably only want to be spending another £200 or £300 on grading fees, which is like another 25 maybe. So yeah, I'll be sending the miscut one for sure, and probably some of the best scented ones. This is just a mint Skarmory that I've got lying around. If it comes back at a PSA 8, it adds 40 or 50 quid value. More shining cards. These are mint Lieutenant Surge's Pikachu's. PSA 10s are selling on eBay for like 50, 60 pounds. I bought these for £1.50 each recently, and they are mint condition. So again, £1.50 outlay, £9 at PSA is a tenner. If I can make myself 35 or 40 pounds selling those or raffling them off or whatever, why the hell not? Like, what else am I going to be doing with them? Another Charizard because people love Charizards. Some more Elite Trainer Box promos that I've got sealed, and then I think we saw on the back there. I happen to have 3 mint condition, actually. So they're the 3 Raikus that I intend to send off. I think if we go over to this pile, I think I've got a lot of these. For some reason, someone on the internet was selling these in play sets, and they wanted £13 for a play set, and they had 2. And I was like, well, I'll take all 8 of those. And yeah, they are now at like 70 or 80 pounds each. So this is what I mean. So it's cost me 26 pounds to get 8 of them, and they're at like 60, 70 quid each on eBay. So that just pays for so many things. If I get them PSA grading, they come back high, which these have got a good chance of doing because they are genuinely mint. Besides a little bit of warping. Obviously you can see some scratches there, but that's the sleeve, not the card. They are just going to be worth so much money. And that's what I mean. I'm doing stuff like this to pay for buying the other stuff. So I'm going to be choosing some of these. I'll probably send Grookey, obviously I'm British, so I have good access to the futsal stuff. I put the feelers out for people that are in youth football teams to try and get that Pikachu. So that's kind of like the grand scheme, really. There's only one downside to this, and that is that I collect Pokemon cards. I don't care about PSAs. Some people really like PSAs. Some people want to collect raw cards and grade them. And that's part of the fun of like what will they get. Some people want just the PSA stuff as a monetary investment. Totally fine. And some people just collect cards and put them in binders, and that's all I've got. I've got binder cards. I've got like 4 of my own PSAs that are like nice cards that I like. And I actually don't have anywhere else. If I had them anywhere else, I'd possibly be tempted to sell the PSAs. But this is what I've got for sale, and these are all PSA 8s or 9s, and that's great, and they're old cards and they're worth money. But yeah, I don't know why somebody's graded that. I won that in a raffle. I think it was like what's the word? A booby prize. It's not the word I was looking for. Yeah. So the issue being is, you can sell a Haunter for I don't know what the price of the top end. It might be like £10 for a Haunter in reasonable condition. If you want to sell a PSA Haunter, you get more money, but it's a smaller market. There's less people looking for Haunters, and also people looking for first edition Haunters in a PSA 10 or a PSA 9, or first edition Haunters in a PSA 8 sometimes. If you've got a regular Haunter, if it's PSA 10, sure. If it's PSA 9, sure. If it's PSA 8, which is what I've got, you're like 6 or 7 stops behind the preferred copy of the card. It might be somebody's like perfect budget option, but it's not necessarily the one that they want to be collecting. I mean, I'd happily... Hiccups, wow. I'd happily have a collection of PSA 8 cards. That's not a problem for me. But again, some of these cards, the difference between a PSA 10 and a PSA 8 can be like, well, think about a Charizard, a PSA 8 and a PSA 10, the difference is like thousands of pounds sometimes. It does make a difference. So I guess you've got to be like super sure. Like, I only sell the modern cards that I'm sending to PSA are cards that I've packed myself, that I've picked up and been like, whew, and I've dropped them in sleeves, and there you go. It's not really worth sending cards that you've randomly acquired. I know that some of the bigger names in Pokemon, like Pokerand, I watched him get his PSA releases back, returns back from a £12,000 collection that he bought of Skyridge. And obviously they weren't his cards initially, not packed them, so he doesn't know where they come from. Obviously you can look visually and check and kind of see if you think that's going to be cool or not. But I guess you just don't know the history of the card, do you? You don't know about little imperfections. You don't know how people have stored them and stuff. You don't know where they've come from. So it's always a bit of a risk. But yeah, if you are thinking about trying to make money in Pokemon, or at least collect things and make your money back so that you're at zero investment, I would suggest PSA grading cards that you know to be popular or sought after.